gaining strength at this moment and headed toward Tampa, Florida. The region still reeling from Hurricane Helene, and that tonight, for the second time in nearly as many weeks, is expecting record storm surge. Roads are jammed, gas running low in the area or not available in some places. I want to show you something that you don't see too often in Florida. Take a look. The Treasure Island near Tampa and St. Petersburg, a near ghost town after people evacuated. One person who is there, Boris Sanchez, we'll check in with him shortly. An astronaut aboard the SpaceX capsule published this time-lapse video today, giving some idea of the sheer size of this storm and the life-threatening trouble it represents. President Biden today warned that this could be, quote, one of the worst storms in 100 years in Florida. In fact, the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center says we could see the major impacts from the storm as early as tonight, warning of possible tornadoes and water spouts. So let's start with Chad Myers in the CNN Weather Center in Atlanta. What is the latest, Chad?
Brand new 8 o'clock advisory, Anderson, just out now. Still 165 miles per hour. Hurricane Hunter aircraft are in the eye, and they can confirm those numbers. 440 miles southwest of Tampa, moving at 10. You can't do the division there and get 44 hours because the storm is expected to pick up speed. Pick up speed, turn to the north, and then eventually turn to the east. And that's the forecast at this point in time, right through the middle of the Treasure Coast, anywhere here on the other side of Florida as well. So anywhere from Tampa all the way down to Naples, you are really in this cone. The cone is the key here because a lot of this, wherever this makes landfall, the southern part is where that 10 to 15 foot storm surge is going to take out barrier islands, take out homes, and hopefully you're not there.
Chad, I mean, how likely is it that this is going to drop down to a lesser category storm? I mean, and any idea exactly like what time it would make, really start to hit?
It probably makes tropical storm force winds over the entire state other than the Panhandle around 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So right now, this will be 24 hours from now, everybody will see tropical storm force winds, and hurricane force winds will just be now coming on shore. Why is it so hard for us to call where it's going to be? Because we can't tell you that there's going to be a wobble out here by about 30 miles to the south earlier today, and now it's kind of wobbled back up to the north. It's those wobbles that are so concerning. Where does it actually go? Well, the center now is likely Sarasota. So if you're Sarasota south, that's where that big surge is going to be. Tampa may be a little bit of a less surge, but still you're going to get the wind of 125 to 130. So to answer your question, yes, the forecast is still for the wind speed to come down, but the surge will not come down. The surge is already built. It's already built in, and it's coming here to western Florida.
So that's interesting. The surge, the surge has already been created by this Cat 5, and that's going to be the same surge?
Yes, absolutely. That is exactly what happened in Katrina. When Katrina went from a 5 to a 3, and we all thought, maybe 15, 30 feet, somewhere. It was 26 feet of storm surge at base St. Louis, even though it was only a Category 3, borderline 4, when it made landfall. It had a Category 5 surge, and that's what we're seeing here. This is the area that we're seeing. In Tampa, you are not out of the surge. One little turn to the left, and you're completely back in it. So 10 to 15, though, from Fort Myers, even Naples, you could get a 10-foot surge. That will wash over some of your barrier islands. And then we talk about where is it going to hit. Well, the answer is everywhere because, look, 110 miles per hour all the way from north of Tampa all the way down to Fort Myers, and then hurricane force all the way completely offshore, through Daytona, through Cape Canaveral. So many people, Orlando, without power. I could see there'd be millions of customers without power, and so many crews are up in the Carolinas trying to put those power lines back on.
Yeah, Chad Myers, we'll check in with you again. Boris Sanchez.